So this is my third clip that I'm filming, and Sam has been attacking me the entire time, so I'm just gonna entertain him while talking. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing a 48-hour readathon. Alright, before we get into anything bookish, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what is the last series that you completed. So yes, this is going to be a 48-hour readathon, which is actually being hosted by the Final Book Support Group. I can't remember what the final word is. Anyway, this is a 48-hour readathon, which I believe started 3 minutes ago. I am actually going to be going at the same time that the hosts of this readathon are running it. They are in a different time zone from me, I think roughly 6 hours ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna be going from 6 o'clock Friday to 6 o'clock Sunday. The reading prompts for this readathon are super easy. It was basically finish a final book and take part in some reading sprints. So I am actually gonna be reading 2 books for this, one of which is technically not the final book in the series, but it will catch me up to all of the books which are currently released, at least until December, so, you know, not for very long, but for a little bit of time. That one is Well Matched by Jen DeLuca, which is the 3rd book in the Well Met series. I've been wanting to read this for a while now. This one is following Mitch, who is the Scottish Highlander at the Renaissance Fair, which all of the characters work at, and also April, who is the sister of Emily from the 1st book. I believe this one has fake dating. That's all I really know. I don't think I actually have ever heard a full synopsis for this book. That one I have a ebook copy of from my library. I am going to be annotating it as I read for Annotation August, which is another readathon going on this month. Sam is attacking my hand like a lot, but he's so cute. Since fake dating is not a favorite trope of mine, I haven't bought the book yet, but if I do really enjoy it, I will buy it to add to my collection on my shelves. So then that way I can just transfer all of my annotations in the ebook over to the physical book. Apart from that, I am also going to be reading First Love Take 2 by 𝗖cie迄𝘁𝗁, which is the 2nd book in her Trouble with Hating You duology, I guess. It's 2 romance companion novels. I don't know any of the main characters' names in this one, but I do know it is 2 main characters who dated when they were in college, but unfortunately the female main character, who is Indian's family, did not approve of their relationship. Now I think they interact again at somebody's wedding and now are starting to date once more. Second chance romance, that's what I'm in for. I'm all over it. That one I have the audiobook of, so this way I kind of have one book to prioritize with my eyeballs and one book to prioritize with my ears, which will make it a lot easier for me. So like I said, I am starting this readathon today, honestly, as soon as I finish this update, and then I am going to be going until Sunday at 6. I'm kind of sticking with my usual weekend plans anyway. I think 2 books is very possible for me to finish, so we shall see. Anyway, I'm gonna be vlogging this as we go, if that wasn't obvious from, you know, the title of the video. Yeah, Nat, good job. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up now and get into actually reading.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror, so foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me, and honestly I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, hope to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight, gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that
Hey guys, so guess what? Apparently I just completely forgot I was vlogging because I didn't film anything additional last night, even though I did start into First Love Take 2 and I am already deeply enjoying this. I think it might be my favorite of the duology. The tension is wonderful. I love the second chance romance element. It's fun. The mental health representation is wonderful. Handling serious topics in the Indian community within the book, also very well done. Just across the board, really enjoying it. I did listen to a good bit of it while playing Pokemon last night, so that was cool. And then my parents and I ended up watching a movie. So I didn't get nearly as much read as I was initially anticipating. I thought I would pick up Well Matched and like blast through that one, but honestly, since picking up that audiobook, that's kind of been the only thing I've really wanted to read. Last night, I probably got like 45% into it. I was making fantastic progress. So with that, let me finally give you an actual summary of this book because I didn't really know that much going into it. We have our main character Preethi, who is best friends with Leah from the first book, and she is needing to find a new apartment now because her current roommate got married. Well, Leah has moved to Dallas, whereas these books take place in Houston, and she still has her apartment in Houston, however, due to, like, you know, rental agreements. So she offers to Preethi that she can stay in her apartment for the time being until she figures out a more permanent solution. Well, we find out that Aaliyah has also conspired with Daniel, our male main character's sister, for him to stay there as well while his new house is being built in Houston. These two dated in college, and we learn that unfortunately Daniel's father did not approve of the relationship because of the difference in class. And then Preethi's family, more specifically her aunts, not really her parents, but her aunts did not approve of the relationship because she was dating outside her race, dating outside her religion, and then also basically just slut-shamed her constantly. Unfortunately, Preethi's parents took the brunt of it, and her mother actually ended up having a bit of a medical emergency, and ever since then, Preethi has blamed herself for all of that happening. Combined with Daniel's father telling her she's not good enough for him, she ended up dumping Daniel, never really explained why, and they have been basically avoiding each other for years now, anytime they happen to be in the same vicinity, which is absolutely ridiculous, and the miscommunication aspect does kind of drive me insane, I will admit, but it's also leading to this fan tension between the two of them. So yes, now they are staying together, and Preethi is also seeing another man who her parents set her up with. While this man is basically already talking about getting engaged, Preethi is like, I don't even know if I really like you that much, because she has touch aversion and she still doesn't feel comfortable with him so much as holding her hand. Not normal, especially in comparison to Daniel, where she actually craves his touch quite often. That is something that comes up a lot when they're alone together. It is so good. Again, the tension in this, fantastic. So that leads to some additional drama and some jealousy, which honestly, all over that. Preethi is also a doctor, and she struggles with anxiety and depression alongside her touch aversion. With that, she has a hard time admitting this, as she has not really gotten any help for it because of the stigma, not only in the Indian community around mental health, but also in the medical community when it comes to a medical professional having those sorts of mental illnesses. So definitely a lot of depth going on in this book, apart from just the romance. On top of that, one big difference that I noticed in this one compared to the first book, The Trouble with Hating You, is that this one is only one POV, whereas in the first book, it was dual POV. I actually am not mad about that, even though I usually prefer dual POV, because in the first book, one of my issues was personalities did not seem consistent across both POVs. Like, Jay, the male love interest, would seem really cocky and arrogant and obnoxious from Leah's perspective, but then in his own perspective, he seemed a lot more subdued. Like, yes, he was very flirty and still cocky, but it wasn't as in your face as Leah's POV made it seem. So it just made it kind of hard to get a proper grip on the character and their personality. Since we're purely staying in Preethi's perspective, I'm not having that issue this time around. With that, however, definitely think that Preethi is way better characterized than Daniel. I don't really get a ton of personality from him. He's super hot, he's really successful, he's very smart, he does have a bit of an independent streak. His family has this big name company and his father wants him to take it over, but he and his father butt heads a lot. I also don't like the fact that Preethi literally thinks that anything that happens to relate to her means it is her fault. It just is a little unrealistic and god complexy in my eyes, and I don't like it. They do have some fun banter back and forth in terms of dialogue. That's really cute. I do think the author has done a good job of showcasing to us in the interactions between these characters that they do have a history, particularly when it comes to Preethi's mental health. Daniel was there when she originally was diagnosed, so he knows how to help her, what works, and the entire process whenever she has a panic attack. So I really love that. I just think the little moments between them like that are really what strengthens their history. So all in all, yeah, I'm doing really well with this one. Now I'm actually like 75% in probably. I've been blasting through that audiobook in no time. This morning though, I did start into Well Matched by Jen DeLuca, and already out of the gate, we're seeing everything only from April's perspective, who I did not realize is nearly 40. Her daughter Caitlin is about to graduate from high school, and she is basically ready to move on with her her life. She wants to leave this small town, sell her house, and find a new happiness for herself because she got pregnant fairly young. I like the fact that we're seeing a more mature character with the romance, and I also appreciate kind of this perspective we're getting from where April is in her life. It's this transitioning period from her being a mom to becoming an empty nester and trying to find her own happiness by herself. Pretty quickly, Mitch, who is the Scottish Highlander at the Renaissance Fair and the local gym teacher, asks her if she would be willing to play his fake girlfriend for a family dinner because his family consistently always is like, when are you gonna settle down? When are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have kids? And he's hoping that if he shows up with this mature woman who has her life together, then hopefully that'll showcase to his family that he's more serious and they'll lay off. I do remember in the last book, Well Played, I was having a great time with their interactions because we were finally starting to see the two of them alone together. We didn't really see a lot of that in the first book. Something I really love about Mitch is he comes off as like this cocky, obnoxious frat boy, but he's genuinely like a really sweet, caring guy. That's why I was so excited for this one, because I want him to have his happily ever after. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this side today. It's not working for me very well. The two of them, fantastic banter as well. I love their back and forth. He teases her a bunch and she volleys it right back. His ongoing nickname for her is Mama, and she hates it, but I don't know why. To me, it's just like the cutest thing ever. I realize that's like really not a cute pet name. It's not sweet. It's not endearing. It's literally just a funny way of reminding her she's a parent and older than him. With that, this is reverse age gap, which, okay, mini rant. Why is it considered reverse age gap if the woman is older? It's still just an age gap. I don't get why it's necessary for people to say reverse. That's what it's called if the woman is older. Anyway, she's 40. I think Mitch is like 31. So they're pretty similar in terms of like where they are in their life, just their situations are very different, which leads into their maturity levels being a bit different. So starting out, we're not just hopping right into the fake dating situation yet. Actually, April told Mitch that she'll help him out with this if he will help her to clean up her house so that she can sell it. They're starting to learn more about each other so that they can convince his family that yes, they are in fact dating and this isn't just a fake situation. And I'm intrigued to see more of April and Caitlin's relationship, since they kind of have this mother-daughter relationship, but it's very relaxed. They're almost friends, even though they're parent and child, which I really like that because I like to think that my mom and I are kind of like that, so it feels similar. But of course, for the time being, for some additional side drama, Caitlin is not particularly happy that April is selling the house and planning to move. She feels like her home is being pulled out from under her. So far with that one, I am having a good time. We haven't really gotten too far into the fake dating element. That's not like my favorite trope. We'll see how it goes. I'm intrigued because I have really enjoyed the two previous books in this series, so I'm hoping I will love this one as well. I have been annotating it as I've gone forward. So that is it for now. I am gonna finish getting ready and then go over to Josh's, which on my way, I will definitely be listening to the audiobook. I think we're just planning to have a lazy night tonight, so hopefully I can get some reading done while he plays video games. I might have to hop in and play a game or two as well.
Every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. 'Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah, that's all
Hey guys,
great.
so it is Sunday and there's still like roughly 3-ish hours until the end of the readathon in terms of when the readathon is running in the host's time zones. So I still have a little bit of time. I just got back from Josh's. Whilst on my way there and on my way back, I have listened to even more of First Love Take 2. I think I have roughly an hour left in this. I am still really enjoying it. I do think the two main characters together are really adorable still. I don't know, I still feel like Daniel really does not have that much personality. And we're starting to see more and more about this world he's involved in because his parents are super rich. He's like this big name businessman. And I don't know, it's just like, it's giving me too much of like that billionaire boyfriend vibes, and I'm not really a fan of those. It's a little eye-rolly for me, honestly. But something I am really enjoying is we finally are getting some discussion around both the real reason Preeti broke up with Daniel in the past, what with Daniel's father intervening. That finally came to a head. I mean, unsurprising. We knew it was going to happen towards like the third act, because of course it was. But I really liked how that was handled. I really appreciate how Daniel handled the situation. Like, it seemed he took care of it in a mature way, and even though Preeti wasn't like directly involved in it, she still sees what's going on. But of course, well, with the whole God complex, she continues to blame everything on herself, and it's so tiresome. I'm really over that. And then we get some whole drama around her fiance and everything that's been happening with her parents, and like all the gossip mongering aunties, all that sort of situation. Love how it was handled. Once again, it's just like that very fun drama that's also talking about like serious issues, very similar to what happened in the first book. But one thing I will say, obviously I'm not an Own Voices reviewer, but I have seen from Own Voices reviews that they don't appreciate how vilified the aunties are in the story, because it's just furthering a negative stereotype that is becoming less and less common. I'm gonna put a link to a few Own Voices reviews down below so you can check those out. Once again, I really appreciated how the whole situation was handled. I love seeing Preeti finally kind of stand up for herself and her family, but she continues to fall to this whole God complex thing and just believing everything that has ever occurred is all because of her. There was some more discussion around the whole anxiety representation and the stigma around it in the Indian community, so once again, very healthy, very well done. So all in all, I am really enjoying this book. My plan is to play a little bit of my game on my phone with the event that's going on right now and finish that book out tonight. Then on the opposite side, I read a fair amount into Well Met. I think I actually got to like 45%, something like that last night. Josh and I had dinner and then we were just hanging out watching TV. First I took a nap, then he took a nap. It was a very, very lazy weekend. But whilst he was napping, I did some reading, and I love Mitch. I love Mitch so much. He is such a cinnamon roll. He is so sweet. He is so pure. We find out some more background about why he wanted to have a fake girlfriend come with him to this family event, because basically no one takes him seriously in his family since he's, quote, only a gym teacher. I hate the fake girlfriend thing. I hate how often April's like, well, that's what fake girlfriends are supposed to do. Like, that's what we're supposed to act like in this situation. He doesn't really feel this way about me. But in terms of spice, we have started to lean into like a little bit of a friends with benefits thing, which is just complicating the matter. So on like the drama side, I'm eating it up. It's delicious. Mwah, mwah, mwah. On the opposite side, in terms of them actually discussing their relationship, we're getting none of that, and I hate it. It's driving me insane. Like, just open your mouth and speak. And then there's some additional drama with April's ex-husband showing up. So I love all that family drama. Also delicious. Really here for it. One second, I think Sam is whining at my door. We got both Sam and Faith. I appreciate how the age difference has been handled in this book. Mitch isn't infantilized because of his age. Like, April still takes him seriously as an adult, but there are certain situations where she like will remember, oh yeah, when I had my child at 22, you were like 13. I don't know why those sorts of differences, when that's pointed out, that's hilarious to me. I've had plenty of cute moments highlighted. By this point where I am now, I don't actually know how far into the book I am. I'm gonna estimate like 65, maybe 70%, because I got some additional reading done this morning. The plot is just becoming a bit scattered. We have the initial proposal of Mitch asking April to be his fake girlfriend. We have a little bit of lead up of them trying to understand what they're gonna do with this situation. We have the actual whole fake girlfriend scenario, which really didn't last that long. And then it's kind of extended in relation to April's ex-husband. Also really appreciated that. Very fun. But now we've kind of hit a standstill in terms of like what the plot was based on the synopsis. Instead, now they're like working on fixing up April's house, and yeah, they're getting plenty of time together. We're getting a little bit more drama around April and Caitlin. It's like I don't know where we're going from here. So pacing is kind of wonky, basically. That's like what I'm coming down to. I might have to extend the time of this readathon for myself, but to be fair, while I was over at Josh's, I didn't do a ton of reading, so I'm gonna be nice to myself and give myself a pass if that's necessary. So like I said, I think I'm gonna relax and finish my audiobook while I am playing on my phone a little bit.
I guess it's different for each of us, and that's okay. Well, I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I
that I went from French braids to like letting my hair down to then regular braids. I don't know what happened there. I'm basically just so tired of having long hair, and yet for some reason I won't schedule an appointment with my hairstylist. Anyway, hey guys, so it is about 2 hours after the readathon has officially ended, but I did finish Well Matched by Jen DeLuca. I loved it. Still had the same frustration with the whole fake dating trope, but I will admit, at least towards the end of the book, like the whole third act conflict actually felt like it was very realistic. It didn't seem like it was too tied up in the whole fake dating element, though there were still portions of it that were because of that. However, I think the drama that occurred made perfect sense for the character, which had been established to us with April. I also like the fact that she was the one who did the grand gesture, because one of the last romance books I read prior to this video, I did not think that the guy was in the wrong for what happened, and yet he was the one who did the grand gesture moment, so I'm like very concerned about that happening now. Again, love the fact that with these being companion novels, got to see more of Emily and Simon as well as Stacy and Daniel. They're so freaking cute. And I realized who's gonna be the main character in the 4th book, which comes out in December. Lulu, who is Mitch's cousin, and I do quite like her. So I'm excited for that now, like doubly so. And then the love interest is Dex, who is cousins with Daniel from the 2nd book. Sam, what are you doing? Playing with something, but I don't know what. Anyway, yeah, so I really enjoyed that one. Shockingly, I actually think, I'm not gonna guarantee this, but I actually think this might be my favorite of the series so far, which is pretty surprising. I'm worried he has the blinds, so he was in fact playing with the pull string on the blinds. Mwah. And now he's playing with my braid. Ow, thank you. Do not appreciate. Made me lose my train of thought. Anyway, basically all my thoughts boiled down to I really enjoyed this book. I think it might be my favorite of the series. It was really good. I actually felt like both the characters were very well established. They had great development as the book progressed. Their issues all seemed very grounded in the character that had been established to us. Great chemistry, great banter. In terms of spice, I think I'm gonna bump this to like a 3 chili peppers actually. It was pretty great, especially after that 2nd scene. Oh, that was nice. Also finished First Love Take 2, and I did enjoy this one as well. I think I liked this one the most in that duology as well. I also realized I forgot to mention one of the things that I love that really might have bumped my rating just a smidge is the fact that the author mentioned my favorite taco restaurant in this book, which used to be Texas only. It's recently expanded, but Torchy's, my favorite, my baby, and she mentioned it. So like, thank you, 𝗖cieះ𝘁𝗰𝘁. Thank you for giving them credit where credit is due. Okay, so this 48-hour readathon has finally come to a close. Even though I probably could have gotten another book read, I actually considered trying for a 3rd. It didn't happen, but finishing 2 books in 2 days is still fantastic. So as always, thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all my socials linked in the description if you're interested in keeping up with what I am reading. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!